Well, it is the fifth leading category of death among children between 1 and 4 years old. Experts don't know what causes it, how to predict it, or how to prevent it. One thing we do know, it is devastating. This month is Sudden Unexplained Death in Childhood Month, and it's so important to raise awareness as so many people have never heard of it. Joining us today is Missy Davis, a mom from this area who knows all too well just how real it is. And Missy, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Amy.
I know this is certainly not easy to talk about, but you are so wanting to be on a mission to raise awareness of that this happens and that it's out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I think that I was not aware of SUDC, what it was, until I had to become aware of it. So often you hear about SIDS, infant death syndrome, but nothing is really said about SUDC, and that's why I'm here today to try to raise awareness.
So let's talk a little bit about your story. It's been 2 years now, and
Yes.
you had twin boys.
Yes.
And something happened to Sullivan.
That's right. I have twin boys, Bond and Sullivan, and this was 2 years ago around Christmas time, about a week before Christmas, and all three kids, I also have an older daughter, all three kids became sick with some bug or virus, we weren't really sure, but mild symptoms, and so we didn't take them to the pediatrician, and they were able to get over that quickly. So by Christmas Day, we had a nice Christmas at home, nothing really out of the ordinary. All kids were well and playing, even the days following Christmas. And on December 28th, you know, I remember Sullivan riding his balance bike that he got from Santa Claus and being so excited that he got it. So it was a beautiful day outside, playing outside. He ate normally the night before. We did our bedtime routine, put him down to bed, said prayers, read books, and I remember the last thing he said to me was, "Wake me up in the morning, Mommy." And I said, "Absolutely, buddy." And it was December 29th, 2019 that I went into his bedroom to wake up the boys and found that he had already passed away, and it was evident that he had been gone for quite some time.
So he died in his sleep, and of course, heartbreak, but waiting for answers as to, well, what happened?
That's right, that's right. I think that was the hardest thing, because you're trying to wrap your head around, you've lost a child, but then you don't know what happened. You know, it just doesn't make sense. I kept saying the whole time, you know, I don't understand, and we anxiously awaited the autopsy report. And when it came back, the medical examiner had listed the cause of death, complications due to influenza A and B. And so we now know that all the kids must have had the flu. But again, very mild cases, and we know that people die from the flu all the time, but he was never hospitalized. He was never even taken to the pediatrician. I, of course, had extensive conversations with my pediatrician, and she said I probably wouldn't have even treated him because the symptoms were so mild. So that really wasn't something that we were satisfied with as a cause of death. That was probably still in his system. And now knowing what we know with SUDC, this is very common. Very few cases the medical examiner will rule it as unexplained causes. Usually there's something, but this just didn't add up as what actually killed him.
And so we have some pictures of little Sullivan, and of course when this diagnosis came in, as a mom, I can't imagine. So of course you're looking for support and help, and I understand there's this organization that was able to help you.
Yes. Very quickly, we were in touch with the SUDC Foundation. It was actually some Sullivan County officials who passed that along to us. I was so grateful that they were aware of this, and we had long conversations with the co-founder, Laura, who just explained things to us, help us to navigate our next steps, and let us have that support and that community of other, you know, reaching out to other family members that had been affected by this. You know, it is like you said, it is the fifth leading category of death in children ages 1 through 4, but SUDC is classified with children ages 12 months through 18 years. So this happens to children all the way up through childhood. It's estimated that there's about 400 children in the United States each year that are lost to SUDC, but there's probably so many more that we don't know about because people aren't aware of this. And that's why research and funding and advocacy is so important. We need to know the causes, ways to prevent it, so that this tragedy never happens to anyone else.
Never happens to anyone else. And you also do something really special for Sullivan to keep his memory alive, and in honor of him, a Pay It Forward card.
Yes. So shortly after this happened, you know, when you lose a loved one, especially a child, you just want them remembered. I wanted Sullivan's life to be remembered, not the mysteries and the tragedy that surrounded his death. And especially for my children, you know, they're younger. Bond was only 3.5 as well, and he didn't have those memories of Sullivan. And I wanted us to be able to remind them about his life. And so I thought, what better way to do it than showing kindness to others and spreading his little smile. And so we did create these cards that we pass out doing random acts of kindness. He was a lover of books. He loved children's books. And so we've even made these into stickers and placed them into children's books to hand out. So just a way to keep his memory alive, but then also to spread kindness in memory of him.
Wow. It's just remarkable. We're going to give everybody the website of the organization that helps people, an important awareness month. And Missy, we thank you so much for joining us and sharing Sullivan's story, reaching out to others.
Thank you, Amy.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're back with more right after this.